Hey everybody, welcome to Top 10 Thursday on the Mana Leak. I'm John as always, and this time we're looking at the top 10 rares and or mythics that I most want to open tomorrow night at my very first Kaladesh draft. At my F&M at my local game store. I do this for every set. These aren't necessarily the best cards, although a lot of them are, because of course I want to open the best cards. There's some wacky ones in here though as well, but without further ado, we're going to get started with number 1. By which I mean number 10. Up first at number 10 is a card that I gave an F to, Metallurgic Summoners. I think it's still an F, but if there's some place where I'm actually going to try it and go off with it, or attempt to go off with it, it's going to be the very first F&M draft for this card. Metallurgic Summoners, there's just not an instant and sorcery deck in this format, nowhere near as good as there was in Eldritch Moon, but I want to try it at least one time. So if I do open it, pack one, pick one tomorrow night, I'll probably pick it. Not a good card. You generally shouldn't pick this, but number 10, Metallurgic Summoners. Up next at number 9 is Angel of Invention. Angel of Invention, a 2/1 flyer vigilance lifelink. That doesn't sound great for 5, but of course she has Fabricate 2 on her. Plus, all your other creatures get +1/+1. I love anthems. I love anthems because a lot of people, not good players, but a lot of people below the good player level tend to sort of undervalue anthems. They don't realize just how truly powerful they are. And on a creature with vigilance, with lifelink, potentially being a 4/3 flying vigilance lifelink, just absolutely crazy. I would love to get an Angel of Invention and then go kind of wide, white weenie, servos, etc. kind of deck. So number 9, Angel of Invention. Up next, very much in the same vein of Angel of Invention, is Master Trinketeer. Master Trinketeer, of course, doesn't give all of my other creatures +1/+1, but I can try. I can try to make all my other creatures be servos or thopters. Probably won't be, specifically servos or thopters, but I may be able to get a good chunk of them with Fabricate. I was very sad at my pre-release when I opened one of these and I opened one Fabricate card in my entire pool of 6 packs in a draft. I can make sure I get more than one Fabricate card. Plus, if you reach the late game with him and you just start churning out 2/2 servos, you're going to go just to town. I would love to open a Master Trinketeer and just go deep. I would love to pack one, pick one, an Angel, and then pack 2, pick one, a Master Trinketeer. But, we won't get too crazy with our hopes here. So, number 8, Master Trinketeer. Up next at number 7 is Confiscation Coup, the second blue card on the list. Although the first one wasn't a good card. As bad as blue is, its rares are really good. The problem is you can't super back them up all that well unless you just draft nothing but malfunctions. Anyways, Confiscation Coup is mind control for an artifact or creature. You have a restriction of maybe only getting a 4 CMC card, but generally that's going to be something at least decent, if not great. And then if you have any other energy, you can steal a Gear Hulk. You need, 2 more energy to get basically everything in the entire set? Fantastic. Confiscation Coup is a number 1 pack one, pick one, although it's coming in at number 6 on this list. Who knows how that works? But yeah, number 6, Confiscation Coup. Number 7? Number 7. The actual number 6 is Skyship Stalker. As much as I love cool mechanics and as much as I love new mechanics and splashy cards, I also like dragons. I like 3/3 flyers for 4 that have fire breathing, first strike, and haste, if you want to. This is just a great card. It's going to be so tricky to deal with this if you can't deal with it immediately. If your opponent doesn't have an answer right away, you are threatening to hit them for, at least 3 in the air. The next turn, if you don't give this haste, you can give this a minimum. Let's say you had only 2 mountains. You can give this a minimum of +2/+0 and make it a 5/3 flyer. Just crazy. This will end game so fast. It's an easy first pick. I would love to see a Skyship Stalker. It's not as cute and crazy as going wide with servos or going all in on instants and sorceries, but I will also take the just win strategy for my first draft. So number 6, the actual number 6, Skyship Stalker. Up next, number 5, we have the Skyship that's being stalked, perhaps. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship is just a beating. It's a 6/5 vehicle that immediately lightning bolts a player or creature when it comes into the battlefield. Or sorry, not player, only planeswalker. Very, very important distinction there, but still doesn't make it any worse. It's still fantastic. Crew 3 is a slight problem, but that 3 damage probably will kill a creature, which will buy you time if you need in order to get this thing crewed. Yeah, Sky Sovereign is just fantastic. I would love to see this pack one, pick one. I did get one in one of the Crack-a-Packs that I haven't filmed, unfortunately. But I do own one, but I haven't picked one in draft, and boy, do I want to pack one pick this. So number 5, Sky Sovereign, console flagship. Up next at number 4 is our first planeswalker on the list, but not our last. Nissa, Vital Force. Nissa just seems fantastic. Turning a land into a creature and beating down with a 5/5. Bringing stuff back from the graveyard to your hand. We all know I don't super care for that, but when it's on a planeswalker, and so repeatable and not costing me a card, and I don't have to do it if I don't want to, I can plus or ultimate, I really like it. So her -3 is great, and her -6 or ultimate is just the card draw that you do not see in green. So Nissa just seems fantastic, and that's why she's at number 4. Nissa, Vital Force. Up next at number 3 is the other planeswalker on this list, Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Chandra, of course, seems incredible. I've seen so many promo copies of her and copies opened at pre-releases. I'm pretty sure I saw at least 5, I think, in my 2 pre-releases last weekend. I would love to see one at some point. Who knows if I ever will, but I'd love to see one. She's just, she's the red Mind Sculptor. She's got the 4 abilities. Every single one of those abilities is great. Love her. She looks fantastic. I definitely want to open her at some point. Being realistic, I may just never see her, but hopefully tomorrow night I see her pack one, pick one. So number 3, Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Up next at number 2 is Rashme, Eternity's Crafter. Rashme looks really cool. I had never got to play with Cascade when it was in an actual drafting format. I've played with it like once or twice. I've played a Bloodbraid Elf, things like that. The ability to play with Cascade seems really cool. Cascade just seems like a fantastically broken mechanic, and I want to play with it, so I want a Rashme. I will pack one, pick one Rashme so hard and go into blue-green. I don't care how bad blue is. I'm going to play her. Yeah, Rashme, number 2. Really, really, really want to open a Rashme tomorrow night, or anytime. Cascade, come on, it's amazing. So, number 2, Rashme, Eternity's Crafter. Number 1 is a little bit of a cheat. It's Gear Hulks. Period. Any Gear Hulk. Combustible, Noxious, Torrential, Cataclysmic. The other one. Starts with a V, the green one. I would love to see any one of these. They are just game-ending bombs. I've already gotten to play with the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk. I haven't gotten to play with the other ones, but being able to flash back a spell, being able to put a ridiculous number of counters on itself or others, being able to just kill something and gain life for that fact, these Gear Hulks are really, really, really overpowered. I think they're going to be draft warping, and boy, do I want to see one. Pack one, pick one, Friday night. So that's going to wrap it up for the top 10 rares and/or mythics that I most want to pack one, pick one tomorrow night at the very first Kaladesh draft. Let me know what ones you are most excited for. Is it one of these ones on this list? Do you have a different number 1? Did I not mention the rare that you most desperately want to open and play with tomorrow night? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at The Mana Leak. That's LEEK, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at facebook.com/TheManaLeak, twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, and if you do want to help me out financially, you can go over to patreon.com/TheManaLeak and become a backer there. There's various rewards, and I am super appreciative of absolutely anything that you give. $1, $1 million, anything in between. Absolutely appreciate it. As always, if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see you all next time.